Hello, my friends, and welcome to Youth Potential, a channel dedicated to helping young people with mental health problems. I have two books available, 102 Distraction Techniques and Self-Harm to Self-Harmony. Both of these books are only available on Amazon. Thank you very much for watching this video. Hello, my friend, Scott here representing Youth Potential. So once again, I've decided to record a video in this garage. The negative side of that is it's extremely cold, so I've got to wear my coat. But at least it's nice and snug, so I can't complain there actually. Microphone, get back to where you were. Before I begin, I just want to say to the person who left a comment on my suicide video story recently saying that you hate me and that I'm not noble and I'm only doing it for money, I just want to clarify the fact that I feel sorry for you because you clearly haven't taken the time to look at any of the work that I've done, maybe any of the other videos I do, my Instagram account, my books, etc, etc. And if you know anything about me, you know that I make absolutely no money pretty much whatsoever from YouTube. Since becoming a monetized channel earlier last year, I've earned about £8 and I can't even withdraw that till I make £100. And that's for the pure simple reason is that YouTube don't like to pay people for talking about mental illness, self-harm, suicide or whatever, because it's not family friendly content. So yes, if you are watching this video, my friend, I sincerely hope that you've got the balls to apologize to me. If not, oh well, your loss, it's not gonna make a difference to my life. Anyway, thank you very much for voting on this video, my friends. Yeah, we got to about 177 votes, and Why Mental Health Will Always Have Stigma was the winning video. I didn't think it would win actually, so it caught me a little bit off guard, but regardless, it's an interesting topic to talk about. So, for as long as I can remember, well, 15 years ago to be exact, when I started to fall into depression, and you know, that mental illness was kind of new to me at that time. The only real understanding I had of mental illness was that people were in straitjackets, in padded cells, and were doolally or mad or whatever. You know, that was it, and that was obviously a total misconception as well. So yeah, at the age of 15, started feeling depressed. You know, started self-harming, and people would be, you know, if anyone did see any of my cuts for whatever reason, because I had neglected to cover them up properly, I'd get comments like, oh, go kill yourself, or, oh, why would you do that? Or there's, oh, you know, what have you got to be depressed over? You know, there's all these kinds of ignorant and narrow-minded comments from people that had no experience with mental illness, obviously didn't know anyone that struggled with mental illness. And that could be anything from depression, anxiety, bipolar, schizophrenia, borderline personality disorder, etc, etc. Yeah, just, you know, people just didn't get it. So people absolutely love to share their opinions with me, love to hurl abuse at me verbally. So yeah, 15 years ago, yeah, it seemed like a lot of people were narrow-minded and completely ignorant about mental illness, especially self-harm. But over the last 15 years, I have definitely noticed the fact that the world has become more understanding, more accepting, and just a bit more, I don't know what the word is, a bit more sensitive to it, a bit more aware or sympathetic, empathic about it. And that's a good thing, obviously. But there are still people out there that have a real kind of misunderstanding of mental illness. They're quick to stereotype, they're quick to judge, and there's still a lot of people that are suffering from this stigma, you know, that the narrow-minded and ignorant people are dishing out, and it's just making people worse. It's brilliant, and I've really noticed this over the years that through social media and real life events as well, there's been loads of people that are campaigning to end stigma, loads of people that are trying to spread awareness from different mental illnesses, and that, you know, because things like depression, anxiety and stress, they're really obvious ones that people are becoming more understanding of, but there are still loads of things more like eating disorders, personality disorders, bipolar, schizophrenia, which loads of people don't understand. And it's brilliant that there are loads of people out there, groups, charities, individuals, influencers, YouTubers, etc., and even celebrities as well, that are spreading the word, and it's making a big difference. However, I personally believe there will always be stigma, and that's not me being negative. That is just evolution and human nature, we could say. So let me try and explain to you why I think there's always going to be stigma. You're going to have people all over the place in different countries, especially the countries that are a lot further back and not as up to date with mental illness as, let's just say, for example, the US or the UK. For example, in India, if you get put in a mental hospital, you're there for life, whereas over in this country, it's not like that at all, because it's more understood. So there's always going to always be people in the world that are ignorant or narrow-minded, and that could be for whatever reason. They have no interest in mental health, they don't care about other people, they only care about themselves. They're stubborn, so they believe that everything that goes on in their mind is accurate, everything they do is right. Some people find it amusing to bully other people, some people find it amusing to share their opinions even when they're not wanted. Some people are just plain nasty. And yeah, just, there's those things, and there's probably other things as well, that make people narrow-minded and ignorant towards mental illness, and therefore will be quick to judge someone, say, oh, you're a bit mad, or oh, cheer up, it's not that bad, there are people out there worse problems than you, oh, you're attention seeking because you're self-harming, or this, that and the other. And they're so narrow-minded and so stubborn, they won't experience mental illness because they're one of the lucky people that don't, or they won't have anyone in their friendship circle or family that doesn't experience it. And then they'll grow up, they'll eventually have children, and being a parent, I know what it's like to be a parent, you want to pass on everything that you know to your children so that they can inherit that knowledge, or so-called knowledge, and the children are going to behave in a certain kind of way. They're brought up in this environment where mental illness is seen as either like a taboo, or it's a subject that makes you a pussy, or do you know what I mean? You've got to be strong, you've got to be manly, or you've got to be feminine, you've got to be smart, you've got to be the best, or the complete opposite, or just sponge off of benefits and just do whatever the fuck you want, And that's the kind of environment the kids are brought up in, and then eventually they'll grow up and those opinions will stick with them, and they'll behave just like their parents did, and they'll have children. It's just going to keep going down in generations, and that stigma's always going to be there. Not everyone's willing to understand or learn about mental illness, and it's a real shame. But on the flip side, I want to end this with a positive. In 15 years, I've seen stigma for mental illness, I personally believe, is shrinking over time. With all the help of social media and people speaking out about mental illness and stuff, and it being a lot more understood and people becoming more aware, the stigma is dying out. I just personally think it's always going to be there. But that just gives us an opportunity to keep campaigning, to keep spreading that awareness, to keep sharing experiences. There are so many brave people out there, including people that you guys that watch my videos. You share your experiences in the comment sections below or whatever, and I really do appreciate all of that. And it does take strength and courage to do that. And it's those kinds of behaviours and things that we're all doing to not feel ashamed to talk about our mental health, to be proud of us, of who we are, and not to get bogged down by it and expressing ourselves. They are the kind of things that are going to put an end to stigma. Will try to put an end to stigma. I personally think it's always going to be there, but it's disappearing, and we just got to keep up this positivity, this spreading awareness, and just not hiding, and keep talking. Anyway, guys, share your comments below. I do appreciate it, and I do enjoy reading them. So anyway, thank you very much. All the best. Take care.